Well, here it is, all the way from America. Big Agnes, 3-wire bivvy.
Welcome viewers to the 5 Foot Life channel. This time I'm going to do something I don't normally do, well at least not seriously.
What are you doing?
I'm going to test out a new product as just introduced.
I'm not sharing.
We'd been waiting for months to get our hands on one of these bivvy bags, and finally we managed to get 2 delivered from the US. So in a state of high excitement and a not too bad weather forecast, we set off for a 2-day hike with our new toys. Our choice of route was a section of Wainwright's Coast to Coast, from Kirby Stephen in Cumbria, walking through Upper Swaledale and finishing in Richmond. We did complete the full route back in March 2013 as a 9-day backpack, but accepting hospitality wherever possible. So after that 15-second tour of the coast to coast, let's get back to 2023 at a more leisurely pace. And we're just heading up to 9 Standards Rig. The name is derived from a group of cairns, the 9 Standards, located near the summit. Their original purpose is uncertain, but one possibility is that they marked the boundary between Westmoreland and Swaledale. Now this is 9 Standards Rig. The next 4 miles from 9 Standards through Whitsunndale to the remote Raven Seat is probably the boggiest part of the entire coast to coast and involves much detouring. Expect wet feet.
Coast to coast. And this is the path that's not become a national trail. I hope soon it'll be approved. Five Foot Light's never going to make it. Closed for winter.
We're at Raven Seat. Raven Seat is a remote working farm specialising in Swaledale sheep, which has been made famous since the TV programme Our Yorkshire Farm.
way to Crackpot. Left Kel behind. Going up to top of Swinnergill. Well, I think that's seen better days, hasn't it? The top of Swinnergill.
This area was once the scene of a thriving lead mining industry. Although the miners have long gone, various ruined buildings, spoil heaps, and of course the mines themselves remain as testament to their toils. Straight from Gunnerside Gill.
Cheers. And this looks like a nice spot to camp. Here we are, the Big Agnes. 3-wire bivvy all the way from the USA.
Yeah, not easy to get hold of.
We reached out to Big Agnes and they shipped this for $20. So thank you very much. First time out, I'm going to pitch and see what it's like. And it stuffs that first time out, never pitched it before. Two sets of poles. And then the other pole. And some pegs. Guy line. Tool for fixing it if you break a 1, 2 and half a dozen Big Agnes pegs. So we'll pitch it, and there's the bivvy. So let's have a look. Let's put this through here, goes through the sleeve, goes to the idlers on this side, the idler on that side, and that's it. End in there. And that is it. And then just to peg out. One in each corner. At the back. On each side. And even got an extra guideline. Big Agnes, 3-wire bivvy, pitched. And there is the Big Agnes. And there's the bivvy all pitched. Mozzie net first of all. And so you can lie inside with the mozzie net zipped up. Or, if need be, the waterproof outer. the benefit of the peak that you can leave it open at the top, which Sue will demonstrate now.
The bivvy is very spacious. I can fit my entire rucksack plus contents in with me. However, the poles and pegs are flimsy and great care is needed not to snap the poles or bend the pegs.
And tons of room in there. Your feet are only there. About another foot at the bottom there, 5 foot length.
On the first 2 uses, my sleeping bag was damp around the thigh area. There is a loop in the middle of the bag, as demonstrated, which could be used to raise the bag and tie the end to a tree branch or perhaps propped up walking poles if sleeping in an open area.
A little bit more hardcore. "12-year-old single malt Old Pulteney." Would that suffice?
Cheers.
Cheers. Old mine buildings up the top of Gunnerside would have been a really industrious area back in the 1700s. And there's one of the mine shafts. Right, could I have a camping fees, please? It's £9 a night.
Instead, I look like Nora Bassey.
Here's our view this morning. Isn't that nice? Got woken up by a chattering blackbird this morning. A little bit of condensation, but a very good night's sleep. Dave got no condensation. Take your litter home, you dirty bastard.
If anybody out there isn't educated enough on the subject of littering, consider that families come here on holiday with their children and their dogs. Broken glass lying around could do horrible damage to loved ones and is catastrophic for the environment and ugly to look at. And if anyone out there is aware of this and is still too lazy and inconsiderate to dispose of their litter properly, then I can only hope that one day you tread barefoot on your own broken glass.
And up there.
Good morning! Thank you to the photographer.
One small step for Sue life, one giant leap for mankind.
This one's genuine.
Here we are on the surface of the moon. Oh, there's a bit more atmosphere here. The old gang smelting mill.
By the 18th century, Britain was the biggest lead producer in the world, and prospecting in the Dales reached fever pitch. Most of the labour was manual, and miners bargained with landowners for access to the lead ore deposits. Whilst the old gang mill was one of the largest in the area, it's uncertain either when it was built or closed. The mill was not suddenly closed but limped on for around 15 years. It seems that the mill smelted in a small way until at least October 1899 and possibly until 1903. By 1913, however, it had closed. There are several myths relating to Surrender Bridge on the lonely moor road between Feetham and Arkengarthdale in Swaledale. A more logical explanation dictates that it is named after the adjacent moor of Surrender Moss, a damp, peaty expanse derived from an Old English word meaning sour or damp. This whole area was used for the footage of the worldwide popular TV series All Creatures Great and Small, which follows the life and adventures of James Herriot, the local veterinary surgeon. The series showcases these beautiful dales and is also a hilarious and affectionate study of the local characters and their animals. Well deserved. If you'd like any further details on the bivvy, I've put the spec in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a much loved mountain bike route, here shown descending Pin Seat, which is the highest point in these parts, and the part of this walk which we likened to the surface of the moon earlier, if you believe whether mankind has indeed set foot there. Next time I may be back on wheels, who knows? I hope you join me, whatever the event. Bye for now.